Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with a review of the Quantum Mechanix Master Series 1/6 scale Malcolm Reynolds, captain of the transport ship Serenity and lead character from the TV series Firefly. The packaging here is basic. It's all black with minimal logos and a large picture on the rear. The front flap is held shut via a magnet and opens to reveal a windowed look of the figure. It's fine, though not something I would choose to display. Opening the box and inside you get the figure itself, a display stand, 5 other hand options, a communicator, a pistol, and a secondary head. Seeing as how the head sculpt is generally the most important aspect to any 1/6 release, we'll start there. The portrait on the figure is great, easily identifiable as Captain Malcolm Reynolds or the actor who portrays him, Nathan Fillion. The neutral expression is fitting, as are the sharp facial features. The hair is probably the best aspect, as QMX nailed the shape and the highlights. However, on the whole, it's not perfect. My big issue is that I think the sculpt looks slightly older than the on-screen character. It almost approaches the Nathan Fillion from Castle as opposed to the one from Firefly. Narrowing the face and reducing the nose size slightly would make this closer to the brown coat captain we all know and love. Now, I did mention that there was a secondary head, though it's more of a novelty piece. This is actually the original head sculpt that was supposed to ship with the figure. It looks decent, but due to poor fan reception, QMX scrapped it and started over. This also serves as the main reason as to why the original release of this 1/6 collectible suffered delays. Its inclusion is a nice thought, though not necessary. Pulling back and checking out the figure in its entirety, and yes, it definitely captures the look and spirit of Captain Malcolm Reynolds. The proportions of the body are appropriate for the character, and the entire toy stands right at the 12-inch mark. Materials chosen for the attire are diverse and appear authentic. Leather boots with some wear, tight khaki pants, a cotton shirt, and a beautiful suede brown coat with a shiny orange inner lining. The gold buckles and leather wrists add a nice touch, though personally I would have liked to have seen the coat in a darker shade of brown. Taking the jacket off gets you a closer look at the smaller details of the figure, and for that reason, this is my preferred display method. The small buttons and the suspenders are well done, as well as the belt that holds his pistol and holster. The stitching throughout all the articles of clothing is very neat and tidy. The burgundy shirt is on point, yet I wish it fit just a little tighter. As a nice surprise, you can unbutton his shirt to reveal his dog tags. These too are well detailed. Like mentioned before, there's 5 extra hands, all of which are ungloved. There's a pair of fists, a semi-open right hand, and then a pair of hands for holding his accessories. The left side can hold the PAL communicator, while the right can wield his pistol, the Liberty Hammer. The communicator is kind of bland and not really worth focusing on. On the other hand, the pistol is immaculately well represented at the scale. Great weathering along with the replica wood grip give a great presentation. As for the display stand, it's minimalist in execution, all black with simple text and designed to hold the figure in a stationary standing pose. It does its job, yet I feel like QMX could have gone a little more creative with the base. The body that this figure rests on is advertised as having 38 points of articulation. However, like all 1/6 releases, the actual amount of usable joints is severely limited by the costume. In addition, our captain here doesn't have proper ankle tilts, so more often than not he'll be in the common A stance. Mind you, this is a doll, and dolls aren't engineered with superposability in mind, so it's not worth going through articulation with a heavy focus. All you need to know is Malcolm can perform plenty of emotive expression and gestures. The 1/6 scale market is an interesting place. In recent years, it's been dominated by one company and one company alone, Hot Toys. They are the current benchmark, and they set the standard. If you go into the Quantum Mechanix 1/6 Malcolm Reynolds with Hot Toys-like expectations, then I'm almost certain you'll be disappointed. So remove those thoughts from your mind, and let me tell you that this is a good figure. Or, at the very least, a good enough figure. The likeness is unquestionable, if not a little aged. The materials used are top-notch, and the body it's placed on is a solid one. More accessories or a second head with a different expression would be at the top of my list of wants. However, the big takeaway about this figure is the price. Officially, it retails for $179, which while still a good chunk of cash, is a significant amount less than the rest of the market. Moreover, most retailers actually sell it for less than that. In fact, this example was $140 at my local comic shop. With that kind of pricing in mind, the smaller issues surrounding the figure tend to fade away and it all just seems worth it. Ultimately, this is the best figure of Captain Tight Pants we browncoats currently have access to. If you're a Firefly fan, there really isn't any reason to avoid it. But that's all for me. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next review.